Cowboys Training Camp, live from Oxnard, California. Powered by AA Best Bell Bonds, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
We'd like to welcome on number 42 in your playbook, number 1 in your heart. His name is Deuce Vaughn, running back for the Dallas Cowboys, Kansas State Wildcat on top of that. Welcome on the show. It's good to have you on. Let me turn you on. There you are.
No doubt. I appreciate you having me.
All right. We were just talking about your role on this team and how I'm curious what they're asking of you this training camp and if it's different than last year, because I'm hearing Coach McCarthy talk about Royce Freeman and how he is he's so good in pass protection and he's so versatile on special teams. And then he's saying, yeah, and we're going to carry a fullback. And when you start doing the math in the running back room, it's if you're reading the tea leaves, it sounds like, man, maybe Deuce could end up being the odd man out. But then they're saying Deuce is going to work with the wide receivers. Maybe there's some options for him to get some time there. And then everybody's looking at this new kickoff. And I'm sure you guys looked at it last night to see what it looked like.
No doubt.
And everyone's trying to figure out who's the right kind of guy to do that job. Is it, do you feel that in this training camp that like, hey, I don't have a defined role. I'm trying to show them I can do a lot of different things to make my role valuable to them.
Yeah, well, one of the biggest things for myself coming in, even into the league, was the versatility aspect of being able to play the running back position, catching the ball in the backfield, doing things like working out with the receivers on a day-to-day basis and things like this, giving myself, like you said, more of a bigger versatile role. And, of course, the kickoff, watching it last night was pretty exciting. And Bones does a really good job with this during practice of going through that and getting us ready for his first preseason game. But for myself, man, no matter where they put me, whether that be in the backfield and out at the wide receiver position, I'm going to take every opportunity I can to run with it and show them what I can do. So for myself, it's just taking it day to day and just keeping on working and do what I can do to show these coaches that I can do both things.
He is fighting for a job right now as we look into the first week of practice. From your rookie year to this year, what's the difference? What are you feeling? Is it more comfort level? Certainly, you were one of the guys that knows the offense because you were there from the beginning 100%. Of this new process. So that comfort level, what has that meant for you on the field? Is it easier, quicker?
It's definitely been huge. This past year, as a rookie coming in and having to learn an entirely new system, all while trying to play fast and connect with your teammates. There's a lot of stuff on your plate. I feel like this past year, having a full offseason under my belt, getting to know these guys even more, in this locker room, getting to dive into that playbook a little bit more, getting to meet with coaches, just helps you be more comfortable on the football field, play faster. And I'm super excited for the weeks upcoming. I've been really blessed and grateful for this first week that we've been on this field. And, man, just keep stacking days is the biggest thing for myself. But I felt much more comfortable than I did this past year as a rookie.
You know, you showed up in the Cowboys running back room in an interesting time in its history because you got there right after Zeke left. So last year, the top dog in the running back room was Pollard. He's gone. Now Zeke's back.
Yes, sir.
What's the difference between those two guys leading that room? Like, do you feel a difference in their leadership styles?
Yeah, for sure. Man, TP, that's like my big brother, man. Coming in as a rookie, he was a guy that I watched growing up. So it was one of those things where it was like I was super stoked to be with him, a versatile guy that can catch the ball in the backfield, guy that can go out there and run between the tackles as well. They do have two different leadership styles. TP's more reserved, but when it comes to talking ball, man, you can sit there and talk ball with him all day. He's gonna give you points and stuff on the field and in the meeting room, man. He's gonna hype you up. He's gonna do all types of things for you. And then Zeke is, he's a character, man. When I say he's like a little ball, he's like a ball of energy for real. He keeps the room lively, but the same type of characteristics that TP has. He's gonna coach you up. He's going to let you know some of the things that he's experienced over his time, both in the meeting room and on the field. So, I mean, both those guys have been really big for myself, and my learning curve has been really quick and it's been faster just because having those two guys ahead of me with all the experience that they have and all the ball they've played. But, man, I love both of them to death.
Talk about working coach. You've done a lot of different stuff, and as you've come into camp, you're working with the receivers and doing stuff. What's the mentality like going from one room to another, one play call list to another? Do you attack it like a running back, or do you have to start thinking like a wide receiver?
Most definitely have to start thinking like a wide receiver. Did a little bit of it in college, so it's not completely new, but just diving into that playbook. I'm fortunate to be able to have jumped into it this past spring, doing a little bit of stuff in OTA, so I can kind of get that base foundation and then kind of learn throughout the summer and then come in and try to hit the ground running. But learning from RP has been huge. Fantastic coach. I mean, techniques, all types of different things that can help my game when it comes to that, because I felt like I was pretty raw. In college, it was kind of, hey, we're going to throw you out here and go.
But your numbers were good, man. You caught balls.
100%. That's what was really exciting for myself, is now getting the techniques, getting all the little intricacies of being a wide receiver, because in college it was go out there, hey, go win. And so now getting to learn the middle of the field open, this is how you want to run your route, versus, man, you want to run your route like this. If there's middle field's closed, run your route like this. Just the little things to help you get open and be able to learn from a guy like Brandon Cooks, be able to learn like from Jalen Tolbert. Being able to learn from guys in that room that played ball for a really long time, man, it's been huge.
Now, you were a 1,500-yard rusher, 350-yard receiving back your last year of college, the only one in the whole country. We know your hands are good. We know you can catch the ball. When you see the difference between catching the ball out of the backfield, where you've got some space before there's any contact on you, versus lining up from 3 feet away from a dude who's going to be smacking you off the line. And a lot of people, your size coming into the league was questioned, like the physical, how physical can you be? Is it more noticeable when you're getting jammed up at the line? Is it hard to get breaks? Like, what are you feeling when you're getting that early contact, and how's that affecting your route running?
I feel like one of the biggest things for that aspect of it is learning from Kavontae Turpin. One of the guys that is playing the slot receiver, and he knows how physical it gets down whenever you get to on the nickel. Using your quickness to your ability, being able to lean into somebody to break away, man. You know where you're going, he doesn't. So using your quickness in that regard has been the biggest thing. So I feel like getting hands off of you, using your hands, doing stuff like that is a lot of things I've learned from Terp throughout that time. So kind of take that physical out. Of course, you're going to have to be physical at the top of your break. That's 100% going to have to be there. But you can kind of get yourself into a position to the point where you can put yourself in an advantageous position with some of that. So just learning that from Terp, and then going out there and trying to replicate it has been huge. But 100%, that's always going to be something that you have to deal with, especially playing in that slot position with nickels and when you get linebackers and stuff out there.
Talking like a wide receiver.
I'm telling you.
You sound like one, man.
Man.
You sound like a football player on top of that. We are talking with a football player, Deuce Vaughn, working for a job with the Dallas Cowboys. I want to take advantage of my time with you and talk about something completely off the top from the Cowboys. I want to talk to you about Colin Klein.
Yes, sir.
I'm Aggie, and he's moved to College Station, going to run the offense. What can I expect from him, from what you know of him?
100%, man. Coach Klein, every single day that he was our OC, man, talk about, I felt myself as a football player get better, just because that's how much he loves the game, how much he pours into it. But it's also how much of a player's coach that he is. I'll never forget whenever he first kind of got the job, and we were kind of talking. He's like, man, come upstairs, come sit down with me, watch me put in the game plan, help me put in the game plan. What makes you feel comfortable? What plays do you like against these fronts? What plays do you like against this shell? He's like, I want you guys to be comfortable when you're playing. I want you guys to go out there and play fast. I want you guys to go out there and be able to do what you do to the best of your ability. And that was huge, because it was like, man, this guy not only believes in me to come in here and watch film of my own and come in, it was open to almost the entire offense.
And your offense was explosive. So Aggie fans can look at the ball going downfield. And if it's a choice between the safe 10-yard out or let's look downfield, what's Klein's lean? I'm really curious.
100%. That's the thing. He will give us the ability to go out there and play football. If you think the play's there to make and you trust your guy, let it go. If you think that taking this 10-yard out is going to be the best for us on our offense to give us a first down, take it. There's no hindrance on players when it comes to playing the game of football. He wants you to go out there and play free. He wants you to go out there and play to the best of your ability and not have to think a whole bunch. And I feel like for him, I'm super excited for him, first and foremost.
Hey, you're making me excited just hearing it.
I should be excited, man. Now, my 3 years there with Coach Klein, when he was quarterback coach and then became the OC, was ready to go and play football every single Saturday. That's just a testament to
Yes, sir.
he is.
Good news.
Deuce Vaughn joining us on the Morning Huddle. One thing before we let you go here, Deuce, I'm going to give you an observation, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I'd love to hear it. It feels like the atmosphere at camp is a little tight, and there's a lot of like moving pieces this year. There's a lot of talk about Dak's deal. There's CD's not even here. There's a lot of people talking about Mike McCarthy not having a contract extension. Does it feel like there's more pressure this season than there was a year ago? Does it feel like people are starting to be like, okay, you guys have the tools to do this. When's it going to happen? Do you feel that pressure as a player?
Not necessarily. I feel like for ourselves, especially when we come out here to Oxnard, this is our bubble. You know, this is our team. We're inside this camp, inside this compound. All we're worried about is putting our best product on the football field every single day. We understand that this year our goal is to go and win a championship. It is that every single year. The foundation that we're laying right now with these first few practices in pads, and then going forward, these meeting times, we have to take every single second that we have and just keep getting better. So when it's time to go play these preseason games, when it's time to get into week one, man, we're playing our best football. And then everything else will take care of us. We can control as a football team, as players, as coaches, and that's coming out here and putting the best product on the football field.
That is Deuce Vaughn, a running back / wide receiver / kickoff returner. He is the do-it-all jack of all trades here for the Dallas Cowboys. Best of luck with the rest of camp. Best of luck on making this roster, having an impact, and looking forward to seeing what you can do out there, man. Good luck.
Appreciate y'all, man.
That is Deuce Vaughn. Appreciate
you
it.
stopping by.